From Center City in Philadelphia, this is Fox 29 News at 10.
Politics has become dirty because Christians have been told we aren't supposed to be involved. That's wrong. God is the one who created government. He's got a lot to say about it.
That was the pastor of an Oklahoma church. Last Sunday, he told his congregation who he planned to vote for on November 2nd. That move caught the attention of a national watchdog group which says Pastor Paul Blair was endorsing candidates and he shouldn't be able to do that because his church is tax exempt. Joining me now is Christian radio talk show host Kurt Fluellen. Welcome to you, sir.
Hi, Joyce. Thanks for having me.
Okay, well, this is nothing new. Politics from the pulpit. So why is this case drawing so much attention?
Well, between the IRS and pastors, this is a collision course, Joyce. And the reason this case is drawing so much attention is because the number of pastors that are flouting this law is actually growing. Last Sunday was the 3rd anniversary of Pulpit Freedom Sunday, and the pastors that are actually doing this has tripled in number from the first Pulpit Freedom Sunday, so it's starting to get some attention.
So you find these groups doing it all the time. You hear it from churches, you see candidates go and visit churches, but the IRS law does state that if you're tax exempt, you cannot endorse political candidates, doesn't it? How do pastors get around it?
Well, that's just it. That's why this is a collision course. They're not trying to get around it. They're flouting this law to the point where they're taping these sermons where they're saying you have to vote for Joe or John Doe, and then they're sending them to the IRS, baiting the IRS to do something about it. So these particular pastors are not even trying to get around it.
Well, before all of this, how come the IRS hasn't done much about it?
Well, before this, pastors were very thoughtful. Joyce, this is an issue of guidance versus endorsement. A thoughtful pastor can guide the congregants as to how to look at the political issues of the day from a biblical perspective, and then simply leave it up to them. So they go right up to that point. It's only been recently that pastors have kind of crossed that line and felt some need to specifically endorse candidates, which, as you said, is an infraction.
So do you mean they can talk about the issues and then you have to figure out which candidate fits those? Is that what you're saying?
Certainly, and that is clearly permitted by law, and that's not only something they should do, but they are doing, and most of them do it very well.
Okay, so tell us real quickly about Pulpit Freedom Sunday.
Pulpit Freedom Sunday actually happened last Sunday, and these pastors just put a finger in the eye of the IRS, basically going up until that point that we just talked about, and then they specifically crossed that line and endorsed candidates. If you're a congregant, you don't want to go to a church where you want to vote for Jane, and not only does your pastor urge you to vote for John, he tells you to vote for John. That's very off-putting. It's something that church is not all about, and people don't like that.
I don't know. A lot of churches do it, and a lot of people follow. Thank you so much, Kurt Fluellen, for coming in and talking with us tonight.
Thank you, Joyce.